The word philanthropy conjures up images of billionaires and glamorous fundraising events, but making major donations to worthwhile causes is no longer just for the wealthy. A new form of collective giving is changing philanthropy in Australia. In giving circles, members come together and pool their money and then vote to decide how the funds will be spent. One of the most established groups is Melbourne Women's Fund, which supports enterprises helping women and children. Emily Stewart reports.
Businesswoman Susan Alberti is the driving force behind women's footy in Australia.
Much pleasure in inviting Susan to present the Premiership Cup.
And she also champions women off the ground as a founding member of a new type of philanthropic group, the Melbourne Women's Fund.
I think it's incredible. I think it's just a wonderful way to go.
Because it's democratic.
Yes, it is.
It's absolutely a new trend in giving in Australia. So it's the democratization of giving is how it's sometimes called.
Yeah, it makes it real
for our donors.
Bringing all types, all age groups. I think we range from about 20 to about 90. So all of us can be involved and we could all support one another and causes that are very close to our heart.
And there are a number of young donors that are concerned about women's disadvantage.
The group was started 3 years ago by two friends, Gillian Hund and Patricia Burke. It's all volunteer run and has now grown to 130 members.
I think women are very collaborative, and women have, I won't say more than men, but a great sense of community. And I think it often starts with your family, and you're going along and you're helping to raise funds for your kindergarten and your school and your soccer club. It's based on the same concept that we care about our community and we want to do what we can.
Women who join the fund donate $1,000 a year. Social enterprises pitch for funding. Members then vote on where the total pool of money will be spent.
It's my duty to do it. I've been very fortunate in this town and it's given me the success that I've had. And I think it's very important that leaders should be showing the way, whether they're giving or getting or networking. I think it's incumbent upon us to do this. But again, the person that doesn't have a lot of money, I think it's a great feeling to know that you're going to make a small difference. And when it becomes a collective difference, it's even more powerful.
The Giving Circle movement was started by women in the United States around 20 years ago. There are now hundreds of groups across the US, and women still make up the majority of members. Collective giving has only taken off in Australia in the past 6 years. There are just 17 known groups which have raised around $9 million for social enterprises so far.
We've had lots of really what we call mega gifts in the last few years, and they certainly get a lot of publicity. But we do want to try and help people understand that everybody can be involved in philanthropy to their own capacity.
A study commissioned by the Department of Social Services found people are actually more generous when part of a group.
I think when they do it in a more structured way, they can get a better idea about how their money is going to be spent, the impact that it's going to have, and that encourages them, I guess, to give more.
Farron Williams joined up a year ago.
What really attracted me was being part of a community that we're all really passionate about doing something local in the community.
No, I can do this.
You got one more and then you're done. You can just write your cheque and sort of walk away and give a vote at the end of the year, but that's not really the most satisfying way to do it. If you can be as engaged or not as you like through the process, but if you are really engaged, there are opportunities to go and have site visits, to meet with the organisation. So we'll go home and we'll pick up your scooter.
Men can join the group if they like, but it's aimed at women.
And you get a different energy about the group when it is all women getting together, supporting women and young families.
How have you been, Lee?
Yeah, look, not too bad. I'm glad that court's over with, and Friday was a big day. Last week, so.
The first organisation to receive money from the fund was Women in Mentoring, a group that provides volunteer mentors for women who have been charged with a criminal offence. Leanne's been through the court system and in prison and has been involved in the mentor program for several years.
Now I know where I stand and what I'm doing, and so now I can properly link up with everybody, like you guys, and look for housing.
The mentor will help her through her court matters and then help her with everything else that's going on in her life, like homelessness or drug and alcohol or mental health issues or family violence. And all of these are mainly what's contributing to the offending.
Do you think that's going to be difficult to change? Is that
A $60,000 grant from the Giving Circle enabled them to double their reach in Melbourne by employing another coordinator.
The members of Melbourne Women's Fund are very engaged individually, so one of them hosted our launch event in the western suburbs. Another one paid for our revamp of our website. Another one's helping out with various fundraising activities.
They've had huge success, finding that 90% of women haven't reoffended.
These two ladies put a lot of time and effort and work into me and believed in me, and I was, I didn't reoffend for like 5 years or something like that. So they were brilliant. They were like having a mum, because my mum did pass away. So they very supportive. They took me to my appointments, linked me up with other services, and they were just there for me, and they believed in me.
Susan Alberti understands what a helping hand can do, having grown up in social housing. Now she wants more women to give and be public about it.
I am making a difference, and they are making a difference. And I'm bringing other people along for the journey.